If you're not a nurse yet, you're probably thinking about becoming one and pursuing an ADN, BSN, or LPN degree. But the more research you do, you realize that there is an acronym that is constantly repeating, the NCLEX. In this video, we are going to share with you everything you need to know about the NCLEX and how you can prepare for it, take it, and move on to your nursing career as seamlessly as possible. Many nurses are taking the NCLEX for the second or even third time, so there's a lot of information to know about the exam. We hope you can see this exam as just a logical step you have to take once you finish your initial academic journey into nursing. The acronym NCLEX stands for National Council Licensure Examination. This is a standardized test that every state regulatory board uses to identify which candidates are ready to become a practical, LPN, or registered nurse. It is very important since it's designed to assess the clinical skills and competency of an applicant for licensure as a registered nurse. If you want to be eligible to take the NCLEX-PN, you will need a licensed practical nursing degree or licensed vocational nursing degree. Now, if you want to take the NCLEX-RN, the requirements are an associate's or a bachelor's degree in nursing. After you get your degree, the nursing regulatory body will declare you ready and authorize you to test, ATT, by email. This ATT will allow you to make an appointment to take your exam in any authorized testing center nearby. Now, before we continue with our list, do yourself and your fellow nursing friends a favor by liking, sharing, and subscribing so this video can reach more people like you who are in need of this information to prepare for the NCLEX. Are NCLEX-RN and NCLEX-PN the same thing? They are not the same, but anyone who wants to work as a nurse must take and pass the NCLEX exam. There are two differences between these tests, and that depends on your educational level. For example, if you have a practical nursing diploma to become a licensed practical nurse, you must pass the NCLEX-PN. However, if you have an associate's or bachelor's degree and wish to become a registered nurse, you will need to pass the NCLEX-RN. One of the biggest differences between the exams is the number of questions. For the NCLEX-RN, you get anywhere between 75 to 265, and for the NCLEX-PN, from 85 to 205 questions. You need to know that the NCLEX-RN focuses on the management of care, while the NCLEX-PN focuses more on coordination. How is the NCLEX set up? The NCLEX is a computer adaptive test. This means that you will first take the exam in a computer setting in a testing center of your choice. Next, depending on your initial performance in the exam, the difficulty of the following questions will be determined. Sounds a little difficult, right? Well, let me explain better. For example, let's say you missed the previous question. The next question on the test will be a little bit easier. Nevertheless, if you got the question right, then the next question will be a little bit more challenging. The main goal of this format is to get a more precise result in which areas you are better at or which ones you need improvement on. You must know that this format also affects the length of your exam. So according to your performance, you can get anywhere between 75 to 265 questions. You might be wondering how much time you will have to complete the exam. You will always have 6 hours to complete it with breaks included. About 90% of the questions are multiple choice, and the rest is divided between fill in the blank, chart reading, audio listening, or similar types of questions. The NCLEX exam is divided into 4 areas of practice, no matter which variant you decide to take. These are the following. 1. Effective care, health promotion and maintenance, psychosocial integrity, psychological integrity. Level 1 is general knowledge and generally delivered as multiple choice. Level 2 is on analysis and application, which may or may not be multiple choice. Level 3 questions are the hardest of all and require you to apply facts, processes, and rules to answer them. Often, these questions are open-ended answers. And we're almost at the end. How can you register to take the NCLEX test? The registration process depends if you take the NCLEX-RN or NCLEX-PN. About 2 months before you graduate, you will receive 2 applications, one for licensure and one to take the NCLEX exam. After you complete these applications and submit them to your nursing school, you will receive the authorization to test that we mentioned earlier in the video. Only after you get the authorization can you register to take the exam at the NCLEX candidate website and create an account. You will have to pay $200 to take the exam, and you can schedule your appointment to take it online or by calling directly to the Pearson VUE testing centers. We'll also leave these links in the description below. How will the day of your NCLEX exam be? Once you arrive at the Pearson VUE testing center of your choice, you will have to fill in the check-in paperwork. From what we know, we advise you to arrive early so you can take your time to do this process. Once you are done with that, you will need to go through a complete identification process with a government ID, and later they will take a digital photo of you. With that, you'll be ready to go. Phones and other devices are not allowed, but you can store them in a locker. After another quick identification process, they'll give you a calculator if you need it and an erasable noteboard. Someone will walk you to your testing station with a computer with your exam available. Keep in mind that these tests are proctored, so your audio and video will be recorded. If you need a break or you are done, simply raise your hand so the administrator can see you and can answer your needs. All centers are ADA compliant, Americans with Disabilities Act. So whatever assistance you may need will be provided. What happens if I fail the exam? Even though we're positive you're going to do great in it, there still exists the possibility that you don't pass the exam. If this is the case, you'll receive a candidate performance report that breaks down the 8 areas of the test and shows where you were above, near, and below the passing standard. This is actually very helpful since it will help you study for, review, and pay extra attention to those topics when you retake the exam at least 45 days later. Do not let that bring you down since you have many opportunities to retake the test and become more and more prepared. We know how overwhelmed you can feel about the preparation that you need for the NCLEX exams and all the information there is to know about it. But this is actually the final step for you to conclude your academic career, and after you pass, everything that seems stressful will be left in the past. Remember that everything you have learned so far to get your degree will be the best weapon to defeat the NCLEX exams. At Grade Hacker, we're filled with joy to be able to provide you with a better insight into how this last step into your future is nothing to be afraid of if you have the right information. If you have any more doubts or need to understand better what nursing academics are all about, we are here to help. If you like this video, subscribe, like, and share with your friends that also need to be informed about it. Also, comment down below if you have gone through this process and what you thought of the exam. We wish you the best of luck with your test in advance. We'll see you in another video. Bye.